Hello everyone, this is a quick tutorial on how to make a decent quality explosion VFX with VFX Studio. If you don't have VFX Studio, check out my tutorial on it or download it from the description. First, make a part, make it transparent, add an attachment so the explosion stays in one spot, and add a particle emitter inside it. Now instantly, what you should usually change, especially when starting and not knowing coloring or complicated stuff, is to just have light emission set to 1 in appearance, and you'll see this nice glow. Now set light influence to 0 to not mess with the lighting. Now to actually have it explode, I always use these emission properties. Set the lifetime to 1, set the rate to 1 or 2, and the most important change is the speed, so set it to 0.001 so it's frozen in place. So now resize it however you want, and this is where you can be a flipbook merchant, but that's alright, especially when starting. Open up VFX Studio where all the textures are, and I'll go to textures and I'll be using the impact tab. And I'll switch from all to flipbook, and you'll see all these moving textures, which are animated textures called flipbooks. Now, to make it look way cooler and more random, I'll set the size higher first and the brightness higher. Now I'll make the rotation and rotation speed random in the emission. I'll put the rotation from 360 to negative 360, and this is usually the best and the most consistent. For the speed, make sure it matches your effect. Based on how quick it is, I'll only do 5 because it's pretty short. Now when you emit it, it rotates randomly on a different position, which is perfect for an explosion like this. Now I'll change the color to orange and add a graph for this particle. Where the mid panel was, click on the line and the graph will open up at the top right. Set the range to 20 just for a small size up. Now for an explosion, you want a fade out and an increase from small to big in size. So the graph I usually use is ease out exponential because it's the cleanest and looks the best for explosions usually. Also make sure to click the plus and look for size and click it. Now for transparency, ease in exponential is usually the one I use too. So also make sure to click the plus and hit transparency too. Now with all of that, you can start stacking, but you need to be careful with this or people are gonna call you out if you're making something for someone, but you should be fine. So to do this, close the graph panel and enable your effect. Now open up the textures again. With that, you can start stacking textures or flipbooks depending on what fits best. So to do this, just duplicate the particle and change the texture. When stacking, it'll look extremely cluttered, but just keep going because when you select all of them and click omit, they all come together. So choose what you think looks cool and edit it after. Now you should have something that looks decent, otherwise keep either stacking or removing flipbooks or regular textures till your effect looks good or decent. And just keep repeating this, and soon you won't have to rely on emission and low quality textures. But this is the simplest way to make one and learn that I found out. And that should be everything. I'll be posting more tutorials to show cooler VFX and how to make them, but this is basically how I started. If you look at my older videos, a lot of my effects are just explosions. But anyway, if you found this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. But otherwise, tell me what to improve for later videos, because I'll be making this a series, and I'll see you all next time.